Howdy everyone and welcome back to more Fruit of Grisaia. In the last episode we got prepared to go to the beach. We're going to the beach today. It's going to be great. And she may or may not have forgotten her swimming suit, but it's okay, she got it last second. So we're all ready to go. Amane showed up finally with her car, so now we can finally go on the trip. Who's going to be riding with Amane? We're going to find out right now. When Amane asks for a companion, there's no immediate volunteer, and the others exchange silent looks. What's wrong? Why don't avoid eye contact with Amane? Sorry, that's just my shoe.
私も遠慮させてもらうわ。学園長、同情させていただいて構わないかしら。
Jeez. She's not a leper. She's a person. She has feelings.
それは構いませんけど。ああ、ちょっとこーら、何勝手に乗り込んでんのよ。まだ誰が何に乗るか決まってないでしょ。失礼ね。そんなに私の横に乗るのが嫌なの？当たり前でしょ。前に私、あんたの運転するこの車の荷台で死ぬ目にあったのよ。
Oh, I see. She's one of those people. Reckless driver. Hey Sachi, tell me. Is Amane an irredeemably terrible driver?
いいえ、私は乗ったことないですけど、マキちゃんからはとても運転が上手だと聞いていますよ。
Interesting. That a fact.
アマネはお家の仕事の手伝いで毎朝市場まで野菜とかお魚を買いに行く仕事をしていたから。
In that case, why has all the color drained from Michiru's face at the mere thought of riding with her?
そりゃ車が苦手な子もいるのよさ。私、今日はチズチズの車がいい。
Well, it makes sense to have the smaller people sit in the vehicle that has to seat 5 of us. Alright, Makina and Sashi, go ahead and get the principal's car.
何勝手に決めてるのよ。私はアマネの隣は嫌よ。どっちでもいいからさっさと決めちゃってよ。
How on earth does Amane drive to inspire such a violent rejection? I don't get it, but there's a siren going off in my mind. My cowardly instinct for self-preservation is screaming, "Don't get in the truck!" I see. Alright. Let's decide this with a nice impartial rock, paper, scissors match. That way nobody's left with any hard feelings.
あんた、ずるしないでしょうね。
Don't be ridiculous. Alright, here goes. Rock. I have no idea what just short-circuited in Michiru's brain, but the instant the word rock was out of my mouth, she vigorously threw out scissors. I was just doing the rock, paper, scissors part. What are you jumping the gun for?
しかも負けてるし。バカな。そんな。こりゃもうあんたの反則負けね、ミチル。観念して私の隣に乗りなさいな。いやー、嘘でしょ。3回勝負よね。3回勝負でしょ。ジタバタしないの。あんたユージより軽いし、あんたが乗った方が運転しやすいから。いやー、引っ張らないで。死んじゃう。今度こそ死んじゃう。平気平気。今度は荷台じゃなくて助手席だから、ちゃんとベルトしとけばもう落っこちたりしないわよ。
She fell off the back of the truck. At that moment, I thought I understood the nature of Michiru's trauma, but I was still badly underestimating the full terror of Amane's driving. I would come to understand the truth later that day. A little while into a pleasant journey to the beach, our two-vehicle convoy was weaving its way down a winding coastal road.
いやー、いい天気だね。絶好の海水浴日和じゃない？ねえ、ミチル、あんた日焼け止めしてきた？今のうちにしておかないと窓側の腕だけ日焼けするよ。うるさいわね。おとなしく前見て運転しなさいよ。そんな必死に捕まらなくたって大丈夫よ。今日は学園長の車も一緒だし、のんびり走ってるじゃない。
But just then, a flashy sports car roars noisily up behind Amane's mini truck and begins to tailgate.
なんか元気なのが来ちゃったな。うざいから道譲っちゃおうか。そうしよう。それがいいわ。相手にしちゃダメよ。いい？わかってるわよ。
As Amane flips on her turn signal and begins to pull over to the left, the sports car instantly pushes its way past her truck on the right, flashing its hazard lights in greeting. But rather than pulling back into its lane, the sports car continues to power its way forward on the wrong side of the road, jumping past the principal's car as well. The car pushes its way sharply in front of the principal just as she's about to round a curve. She's forced to jam on the brakes hard enough to send up white smoke from her tires, leaving her car shaking unsteadily from side to side.
鬱陶しいから一気に抜きたかったんだろうけど、むちゃくちゃだな。ああいう子ってさ、自分が下手くそだってことに気がついてないんだね。
Damn kids. I mean, you're still a child too, Amane, so, you know.
そうね。車は安全運転が一番よね。
Exactly. Would you rather get there sewn alive or fast and dead? That's what I thought.
ねえ、みちる。ああいう子には、あんた下手くそだよって誰かが教えてあげた方がいいよね。は？ちょっと、あまね、
Oh no.
やめてよ。何する気？だから教育？あんまおちょけとると死んでまうぞって教えてあげなきゃ。
Oh god, no.
やめてよ。ちょっとだけだってば。ね？
Not waiting for her response, Amane steps on the clutch and begins to downshift. While giving the truck a little gas, she smoothly drops from 5th to 4th gear, then to 3rd. In the next instant, she mashes down on the accelerator.
いくぞー！そーれ！
Oh my god. The whine of the supercharger grows all the more shrill. The 4-cylinder SOHC engine screams in protest, and the sandbar savagely accelerates as if stung by a whip.
やめてー！うるさいな。いいからほら、しっかり踏ん張ってないと頭でサイドウィンドウ割っちゃうよ。
The sandbar quickly flies past the principal's car, the needle of the RPM gauge mounted at the base of the A pillar soaring into the red zone within seconds.
ほら見えた。 1800cc のタボ突き転がしといてケットラに追いつかれちゃダメじゃんね。えねえじゃないわよ。やめてって言ってるでしょ。追いついて何する気よ。ケットラにお尻つっつかれればへこむかと思ったんだけど、あらら、県外ナンバーか。譲ってくれる気はないみたいだし抜いちゃおうか。ちょっと抜くって嘘でしょ。この先の直線で横に出るよ。やめてー！
Michiru's piteous, heartrending screams fall on deaf ears. As soon as he reaches the straightaway, Amane jams the accelerator to the floor. The white mini truck accelerates like a bat out of hell, squeezing every drop of power from its engine. Its tires clawing at the hot asphalt, the sandbar surges forward. With the advantage of its light frame, Amane's truck smoothly pushes its way alongside the sports car in the blink of an eye. And running side by side, the two vehicles rush towards the hairpin curve at the end of the straightaway.
突っ張るじゃん。でもいいのかな。
my god.
この先のヘアピン、そのスピードで突っ込んだら死ぬぞ。嘘やめてよ。平気任しときなって。
I
こっちの
got
方が車重は
this.
軽いんだし負けないから。
Those are exactly the words I would like to hear from my driver who is just cheating death all the while. I got this.
負ける負けないの話してないよね。ほらビビってアクセル抜いた。ダメじゃん。もっと突っ張れよ。ちょっとブレーキ。はあ？ある程度速度乗ってないとコーナーの途中で失速しちゃうよ。クリップはもっと奥に取って。ここ。ギャー！2速に放り込みながらブレーキで姿勢作ったらアングル決めて、あとはベタ踏み。あらら、参ったな。リアがリフトして跳ねちゃってるよ。このフロントヘビーはなんとかならないのかな。
Oh god.
ちょっとミチル、あんた降りて
Go
荷台に乗り
climb
な
into
さい
the
よ。
back.
無茶言わないで。
What?
っていうかやめて。横向いてるって突っ込んじゃう。平気だって。
This is great. In a striking contrast to Amane's carefree, almost bored tone of voice, the guardrail draws steadily closer outside of Michiru's passenger seat window.
落ちる落ちるだから平気だってば。アクセル踏んでるうちはちゃんと曲がってくから。ここでビビってアクセル抜いたらそれこそ落っこちるわよ。ほら出口が見えた。あらよっと。おっと立ち上がりで痛恨のシフトミスかっちょ悪い。落ちなかった奇跡。
How did this girl ever get her license?
大丈夫だって言ってんじゃん。一度姿勢作ってアングル決めたらあとはハンドルから手を離しても勝手に曲がってくんだからさ。見てて。じゃあもう一回やるね。やるなー。ほらほら見てね。ほらほら本当に手を離すな。このドアホちゃんと前見て運転しろ。もうこの時点で自分が進んでいく方向は見えてるし。
Oh my god.
侵入ミスでライン外して落っこちるときはコーナー入った瞬間にわかるから心配しなくても
I'll
落
let
ち
you
る
know
前
if we
にちゃんと
fall
落ちるよって
before
言う
we
わよ。
plunge to our deaths. That's exactly what I want to hear from the person who's driving me.
うるせえ。
Poor Michiru. Oh my god. You know, she's... Oh my god.
ちょっとやだ。
Why
み
you
ちる
cried?
泣いてんの？
This amber from hell, that white devil, is no myth. And Amane, manipulating that demon as though it were an extension of her limbs, makes her way to the beach, burning not only gallons of gasoline, but years off of Michiru's life. When our group arrives at the beach by means of the principal's safe, steady driving, we find the two of them waiting for us, their faces a study in contrasts. On one hand, Money sticks her tongue playfully out of her mouth towards us as if to say, I kinda overdid it, hee hee. And on the other hand, Michiru stands, gazing into the distance with unfocused eyes, looking like the very picture of the Buddhist enlightened soul, as if nothing this world has to offer could ever frighten her again. From my perspective in the principal's car, Amane's sudden acceleration had been a bit of a surprise, but we lost sight of her car almost immediately, so the incident didn't leave with that strong an impression at the time. But when Michiru whispered those hoarse, toneless words, I understood that she had known hell, and would forever bear the scars to prove it. Blazing sun harsh enough to burn the skin, salty sea air thick enough to choke on. For a bunch of greenhouse flowers isolated in a sheltered campus, occasional stimulation of this sort is probably a healthy thing. Probably. After unpacking our things from the cars, I set up a beach towel and umbrella to establish a sort of base camp. A few feet away, Michiru sits motionless on the burning sand, limp as a rag doll. It's all too apparent that the ferocious horizontal G-forces and rapid shifts in momentum she experienced inside Amane's white devil jarred Michiru's internal organs. Her powerless, insipid smile suggests the possibility of brain damage. Mumbling childish words, she resembles nothing so much as an abandoned soldier wasting away from the dengue fever. Her glazed eyes seem to be gazing at the gate to nirvana. It's a truly pitiful spectacle. I bite my lower lip and avert my eyes. Michiru, can you hear my voice? I call out to her, but there's no response. Fortunately, in the next moment, an experienced orderly appears to assume caretaking duties.
みちる様、まだご気分が優れませんか？ああ、放っておいて。すぐ元気になるから。私のことは。そうは申されましても、こんな場所でぼーっとしていては熱中症になってしまいますよ。せめて水着に着替えましょう。私が海の家までお連れいたしますから。わあ。
As Michiru mewls like a dispirited goat, Sachi wraps both arms around her from behind and begins to drag her off across the beach like a sack of potatoes. A familiar scene by this point. Sachi's clearly pretty used to the job herself.
というわけで私たちは海の家で着替えてくるけど。
Yeah, I'll stay here and look after the stuff.
そうじゃあすぐに戻るからお願いね。
Got it? As a man, getting down to my swim trunks is a simple matter. Taking off my outer clothes on the spot, but I guess girls tend to want more privacy. Of course, it might be pushing it a little bit to refer to the eldest member of our group as a girl. And there's a certain female cyborg among us who would probably respond to the words, "let's get changed" with an immediate certainly, then instantly begin stripping off her maid uniform. Not to mention the shrimp who'd fling her hands in the air cheerfully said, "Take him off for me." And rounding out the set, a ludicrously top-heavy, totally shameless big sister type who turned putting on her swimsuit into a free show for every male on the beach. Now that I think about it, Sakaki actually seems like the most normal one of the bunch. Weird.
私が何か
That didn't take long. If it isn't Sakaki Yumiko, Mahama's exemplar of normality.
何そりゃ皮肉のつもり
No, that's honestly what I think. Basically, you're not much fun. The sober woman, right down to the design of your swimsuit. But that's honestly what suits you best. And you look good.
あなたに言われなくても地味なのは自分で理解しているわ。そうやってバカにしていればいいのよ。
Wasn't my intention to make fun of you. I said you look good, didn't I?
地味で面白みがないって言ったわ。
What's wrong with sober? You're not wearing the swimsuit to get laughs, are you? That look fits you perfectly, Sakaki.
そうならいいわ。
Hey, what? Hold on. Where are you going all of a sudden?
何
We're not on school grounds today, so everyone's acting as a group. Don't just wander off by yourself.
海の家でサマーベッドを借りたから向こうの木陰で本を読むわ。
Sakaki, we came all the way out to the beach, right? You can read whenever you want.
これからみんなで何かをするの
No, nothing's set in stone yet, but there's a goddamn ocean right fucking there! Just jump for the water!
決まったら呼んでちょうだい。
Hey, never mind. Guess a change of location isn't enough to get that girl to play well with others.
あれは照れてるんじゃないかな。
That's a little small, don't you think? Why would she be?
ユージが水着を褒めたりするからだよ。
I see. Incidentally, care to explain that thing? Looking to get some laughs?
変かなこれ。
I'm not sure if that's the right word, but just what kind of a swimsuit is that? No. Does that thing even qualify as a swimsuit in the first place? Seems more like a few pieces of string.
ああ、確かに欠陥品かも。これ動くと横から胸がこぼれちゃうのよね。
That's because you're wearing it so loosely. Why don't you tighten up the top?
それがさ、あんまりきつく縛るとこうおっぱいがぽよっとはみ出すっていうか、なんか無駄にエロくなるっていうか、お歳暮のハムみたいだしさ。
Well, in your case, I guess anything but a sexy swimsuit would have felt like a letdown in terms of character consistency.
でしょ？ねえ、どう？似合ってる？
I don't know, does it suit you? We're gonna find out in the next episode of Grisaia. Take it easy, everybody.